Let's be brutally honest for a second. The scariest line in a relationship isn't we need to talk. Nope. That's child's play. The real nuclear bomb is I need space. I've heard it plenty of times in my life. Trust me, more than I'd like to admit. And every single time, my brain instantly switched to full Bollywood drama mode. Oh my god, is this the end of our love story? Was it really because I forgot to wish her good morning on Tuesday? Or oh, Sharma ji ka beta or beti again. Are they secretly auditioning for the role of my replacement? We overthink like crazy, and suddenly the line I need space feels less like a request and more like a breakup trailer. But breathe, my friend. Take a sip of chai. Here's the truth: asking for space doesn't always mean it's over. In fact, most of the time, it simply means I'm overwhelmed, confused, and I don't know how to say it nicely. And here's the twist: it's not really about what they said, it's about what you do after hearing this. If you handle it wrong, you push them further away. If you handle it right, you rebuild closeness like a pro. So today I'll break this down for you in four parts. First, the myths about needing space. Second, the real reasons people ask for space. Third, the mistakes you are making. And finally, what you should actually do to fix it. Sounds like a plan? Let's dive in. So, part one, the three major myths about needing space. People love jumping to conclusions faster than Salman Khan runs shirtless in climax scene. But most of these conclusions are wrong. So, let me explain it to you with these three myths. First myth: they must have someone else. Relax, Sherlock Holmes. 90% of the time, when people reach out to me for help, there's no third person. The other guy or the other girl doesn't exist. The real third wheel is emotional exhaustion. Think about it. Your partner doesn't necessarily want a new person, they just want a new vibe. If they feel stuck in a toxic loop, they'll ask for a pause, not because they're cheating, but because they're not happy in the current energy. So, no, Sharma ji ka beta isn't the villain. Sometimes it's just your constant, why didn't you text me back in 3.5 minutes? You think you have done the same. I've added a free test link below to find out for yourself. Next, myth second, it's their problem, not mine. The classic मैं तो perfect हूँ, उनकी ही problem है mindset. Dangerous, deadly relationship suicide. Because emotional safety is a team sport. If your partner doesn't feel safe opening up, all your efforts, gifts, dinners, cute reels you tag them feel invisible. One of my clients, Ranbir, faced this exact issue. He was living in Canada in a live in relationship. Guess what? His girlfriend left him. Not because he cheated, not because she cheated, but because he stopped listening. Every time she tried to share, he either zoned out or changed the topic. Listen, sometimes it's not about the big fights, it's about the daily absence of emotional presence. And the third myth is just stress or depression. Yes, stress is real. Work deadlines, family drama, financial worries, it all piles up. But here's the catch: if your partner truly felt safe sharing that stress with you, they'd say, come sit. I had a worst day ever. Instead, they say, I need space. See the difference? Stress isn't the issue. The issue is they don't feel comfortable letting you in on that stress. And that's what makes the space demand dangerous. Part 2: why do people actually ask for space? This is where most people get it wrong. Space equals to breakup, but in reality, space is more like hitting pause before things explode. Imagine this: your partner feels trapped between three lousy options. First, if they speak up, they feel unheard or blamed. Second, if they stay silent, they feel suffocated with unmet needs. And third, if they leave, they become the villain. So, what's left? Asking for space. It's like a bird trapped in a golden cage. From the outside, and everything looks perfect, but inside, the bird feels stuck, unheard, unseen. Does this mean they don't love you? No. Does this mean it's over? Also, no. It simply means I'm not okay right now. I don't know how to fix it with you. That's where people like me come in. So, message me link below if you are stuck like this, or worse, block like this. So, let's carry on. Part 3: the three mistakes people make very common. the blunders. Because most people in panic mode end up making things 10 times worse, which we have to clean up. First mistake, giving up too soon. You mirror their hopelessness. They say, I need space. They say, I need space. And you reply with, fine, you want space? Bye. I'm done too. This isn't strength, it's emotional escape. I get it. Your ego feels hurt. But love isn't about ego, it's about staying when things get uncomfortable. Real romance is loving someone irrespective of whether they love you back at that moment or not. Here's my golden rule: destiny shapes only 20% of your life, the other 80% is karma, your actions. So instead of giving up, stay stable. Show them change is possible. That's how you influence destiny. Second mistake is blaming them. Lines like, you're so ungrateful, you never appreciate me, you always make me the villain. Sounds familiar, right? Here's the problem: when your partner is lost, what they truly crave is love, not guilt. Their inner child wants love. And what do you give instead? Blame, guilt, negativity. That only makes them pull away harder. Instead, flip the question. Ask yourself, what role did I play in this dynamic? That shift alone changes the whole vibe. Even ChatGPT can't tell you this. Mistake number three, over chasing. This is the silent killer. Texts every hour, missed calls piling up, DMs like, why aren't you replying? Followed by, okay, fine, ignore me. Followed by, I love you, please reply. Congratulations, you just became a human notification machine. And nobody wants that. Chasing might feel like love to you, but to them, it feels like pressure. And pressure is exactly why they ask for space in the first place. And now, the final part: what to do instead. Step 1, be honest with yourself. Ask, if I was emotionally stable, would they still want space? Emotional stability means no taunting, no blaming, no complaining, no guilt tripping. It means taking 100% responsibility for your life, especially your love life. Step 2, take a pause, but the right way. Give them 5 to 7 days of real breathing space. No pushing, no poking, no panicking. Instead, use that time as your glow up phase. Work on your dreams, hit the gym, spend time with friends, learn something new, or play games, travel, chill. When you glow, you grow. And when you grow, they notice. Step number 3, build emotional balance. Practice listening without reacting. This is the ultimate superpower, because real attraction is not about six pack abs, money, or fancy vacations. Real attraction is equal to making your partner feel safe again. When they say, I need space, don't hear it as game over. This could be the turning point. And hey, if you just got that dreaded I need space line recently, you can also message me on WhatsApp or watch my next video, because real love isn't about avoiding problems, it's about learning how to rise above them.